Maybe just gotta get it right as I can, you know.
My knee can't do this. My knee can't. My right knee. Let me try this.
Do I need to come closer towards you?
Go a little higher with your knee.
That's why I like it on my table. I can move it up and down.
Oh, is that the same?
No, wait. No, pull it like
You took it up and over.
Do the shoulder to the neck.
Is anybody having problem with knee placement? Receivers, feel free to give them feedback. If you want something sharper, firmer, more pressure.
No, it feels good the way it is. But then I know that
Right here.
to come closer to
There you go.
No, it's not you. It's that muscle.
Yeah, that one's not digging in, but then I did better. In a few verses, that's it.
That's good.
You ready for you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're like,
You know? I'm so proud of you.
You ready to try me? I love my.
Do you feel those stretches?
I love it.
That would have been like, you're fired.
All right, you are ready.
Feel it in your breath.
I have no low back pain. Honestly, great. Thanks, brother. I have no low back pain.
Well, when the students come back and tell me that what I'm teaching actually works, that actually makes me feel nice.
Actually, I'm not sure how to place me. I can't tell.
Who wants to be the CE provider who doesn't really know what they're doing? Nobody wants that guy. I mean, I ask a lot of questions because there's a lot of stuff I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to find out as rapidly as possible as I can because I want to help people and educate, but I just keep giving you tools. You could use either knee. You could use either one.
Do I need to come more this
There
way?
is a difference between this
Okay.
and this. This is more like pigeon pose. I get a little stretch. Just make sure it's comfortable on your knee and hip.
How's that?
There you go. Now, take her leg like this, wrap around both sides, hug her thigh,
Like that or
and
above?
pull her both, and now pull her into you. That's how you manhandle the guy. You need more body weight and leverage.
And
Yeah,
I can go this way. I'm confused.
yeah, I am too.
So, am I holding my leg right or my knee right?
So there is a difference between this and this. This is more pointed. This is more broad. I'm going to give him the broad version first.
Lower table.
Come on, you boxer. Right there. Is that too much? Little jostle. Now I can kind of feel, just like it was an elbow, I can feel with my knee what's going on. Man, this is awesome because your wallet fell out. That wasn't a good way to, I make a little money that way.
Yeah.
Now see, that's the thing. It was a little too much for him, but I'm just testing his
No,
edges.
it was a pointing of the knee, not the stretch.
And you see what I mean? But it's all his body weight sinking down into my knee. It's no work. It's no work. It's just leaning.
But you know what? That tennis ball is really good.
Perfect. As long as your table. Exactly.
It's a
Exactly.
gift. So,
Also, what it does is it forms the high point between working on them and showing them how to work on themselves because they know, oh, I can do this at home. Yeah.
So, am I doing this right? I don't feel like I'm doing it.
So here's what I would do. I want you to come a little bit this way. I think about there. Now pull him over from there. Pull him into your chest. Lean back that way.
oh yeah, I like when a woman just manhandles.
Anything that's fleshy. Anything that's fleshy.
It's okay.
Gold. You're going to wind up getting to a point where We're literally working from their sacrum all the way up and around to the iliac
So
crest.
it'll be good to move down on it.
Because eventually, it's just like an elbow. It's no different. We're just using a knee now. It's a bigger, broader structure. And it's less work on my hands. Especially when she works on big 300-pound guys. She needs more oomph.
What's this one? Wait.
So this is more broad. This is more like stacking him on my thigh. This is what's more pointed. Because that's more pointy. Just be careful about your knee and your hip. I just want it to feel comfortable to you. How are we doing?
I don't know. I'm just doing something.
Okay.
It's not. She's there, but she's not there.
So move her knee into position.
Now you know.
How do I do the one where I'm coming back?
Let me see your knee. Scoot your knee up here. Scoot your knee in. Now, grab around her thigh. Both hug her thigh. Now pull her back into you.
That's better.
Yeah. Now, can you take your hips over this way?
Yeah, I was gonna say come towards.
There you go. No, not that much. Face your guns straight towards it. Now, pull her back into you.
That's better.
Okay. Now, this is completely different than this.
I was gonna
This
say,
is
she needs to
pointy.
change. You may need to change that.
This is like a prop. This is more broad. This is more sharp.
Also, we need to drop down lower.
More sharp.
So I'm supposed to use the sharp part.
No. Do you use broad or sharp
Broad.
to start? See? And that's why I did it first. Superficial to deep, general to specific.
Okay, so do you want to feel the sharp?
Just make sure it's comfortable on your knee and hip, and then pull her over onto you.
Better.
There you go.
That's better. There you go.
Long term, you're just putting the knee dead square in their keister. Anything that's fleshy normally feels amazing. Anything fleshy around the hip normally feels amazing. Or enough to,
A knee in the butt feels amazing.
yeah. How so? You don't like it? Your gluteals tight? But you have low back issues, so yeah.
I was just telling her it's been at least about a year and a half since I've had my glutes down.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
And with her, I would go slow since she has some issues with
I
that.
can do it to other people all day long.
Yeah.
So I was pulling back here, but then
It works. Okay. So bring her over. Placement is important. So I'm going to bring her over so I can see. I want you to scoot your knee up a little bit this way and then straight in. There you go. Are you hitting her sacrum right there?
yes.
Okay, a little bit. Now your hips, your guns are facing straight forward. I want that. I want you to hug her thigh. Under the knee, hug her thigh. Now hug her into your chest. Pull her back onto your knee. Give her feedback. Pull her body. See?
Okay.
But the thing is, what happens is, at a certain point, the lever, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to give you too much. Your body weight delivers the pressure.
Yeah.
You're just pulling her onto your knee. And the thing is, that might be hers right there. You're going to have big, burly, 300-pound guys. You're going to pull them completely onto your knee, and they're going to be like, oh my God, I'm in love. I had no idea she could deliver that sort of pressure, right? Because we're big guys, like we have problems getting pressure sometimes, but a lot of it's leverage. It's like if we leverage our body weight, it's not as much work. Yeah. Yes.
I don't think I'll be on it.
Okay, that's fine. So let me demonstrate from this side. So
I'm pulling her up. I'm getting the full pelvis.
you're gonna lengthen this leg out. So this as a knee is different, but I'm going to show you this first. How's that?
So that feels totally different than what I was doing, right? Okay.
Right in the gluteals, right next to the sacrum. I'm going to give her a little more point. This, with my thigh on top, quads, is different than this. This is more pigeon pose, and I'm going to do this very lightly. How's that feel? It's more sharp, right?
Yeah, it is more sharp.
See the difference? It's the same thing as doing this to this.
I tried, here, switch. I
So
tried both.
lift her up, bring her over. I think that's a pretty good spot right there. I like that better. Hug her thigh. Pull her back and onto you. There you go. Lean back.
There you go.
Better.
Yeah, when you lean back.
Position.
Gotcha.
Positioning. There are some people that you wouldn't even have to lift them. It would be enough pressure depending on how tight their gluteals are. But I'm trying to give you something, particularly when you have really large, burly clients, it's easy to do this to them, to deliver enough weight because you're just using their body weight against them.
Well, I feel like because I'm heavier as well, I'm probably struggling a little bit with my size too.
Now, how often are we using our legs this way in session? Stabilizing through our pelvis, using all of this. How often do we use this in session? You'll learn over time, you'll use this all the time. Could I deliver more impact from a punch or a kick? Because I kick my clients. Does it make sense? That's the difference. Massage therapists are only using their hands and their arms, and they have a jab and an uppercut. And they're like, my hands hurt. You ever watch Ip Man? You ever watch the Ip Man films? Yes. Uh-huh. You remember when Ip Man fought the boxer? You seen that one? Oh, you didn't watch the whole series. That looks good. How's that feel?
It's perfect.
There. Smaller, more petite. You're able to deliver the pressure she wants. You're using her body against her. This is what you're going to do when you work on big, burly, 300-pound guys. Yeah.
Now, Robert, when we put our knee or maybe our fist into their glute, is it supposed to feel pretty sharp?
Depends on the shape and size of your knee.
Oh, then it's sharp.
So some people's elbow is going to be pointier than mine and thinner. And that's the thing. You have to learn how to use your tools. I'm trying to give you a broader range of tools that you can potentially use.
Okay, yeah. I love.
That was so funny when she lifted you and it was like, oh!
But yeah, she's used to it all day because she's like, please. He did. That one time. All right.
How's the pressure? Good?
That's another iPhone product.
So, with the arm, check this out. Do the same thing, but take her arm and rotate it this way.
Like that?
Uh-huh. Give her an option.
Oh, okay.
Do you like more turn this way? Or do you like more turn this way? You're working across the joints. Mobilization. At its purest form. Like you'll get her hand to the point that's like you'll roll her open and then like, how's it feel when your thumb goes this way?
Got it. Okay. So just always give them the option.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like both.
Mobilization. Yeah, but you can do both as well.
Right.
Yeah, just more options. We are going to continue going until 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, I will have your certificates. They are signed. Okay. I have set up the coupon code for the subscription service for that $1. It's a Table Dallas, I think, is the coupon. You can file one at a time slowly through there. If for some reason you don't get to sign up today, as long as you get emails at that email address, I will send you an email with a link that contains the coupon code. I don't want you to freak out if you can't get in today. Does that make sense? Yeah. Take your time. If you need help with any of the infrastructure here on the website, just let me know. Oh.
Yeah, because it's not as effective.
Remember the narrow?
Really? It doesn't feel like I'm in
I can really tell. Your reads?
short little legs.
I need the routing number. I do the rest.
Back off a little bit.
I was just raising my booty up for you a little bit.
How's it feel? Yeah?
I always have a little pinch right coming on. Maybe, yeah.
And now pull it that way.
This way?
My knees cannot handle this.
Okay, then just do your fist.
Yeah, but it's not as good.
If your knee can't handle it,
My fists are little.
it's in this ball. How about that?
Not like yours.
So good. That's my more sore of the two hips.
Excuse me.
Thinking about buying them.
Yeah, you're
Right, you don't want your hips.
yeah, down.
No, you just. Let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
People buy them.
This is one of those things where I have to use the table to destroy it. Because as I keep giving you more and more and more and more, you start to become more aware of using your legs and feet in compressions, and you're like, whoa. Then you're ready for the mat. Then you're like, wow, what can I do on a mat? And it's like, come here, let me show you. Once you learn how to do it, here's what happens. This is what happened to me. I learned Thai massage from my original teacher. Every facility I went into, they said, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. Here's what they did. They cut me in half and said, only use the top half. And I'm like, no, but I can use my legs and feet. And they're like, we don't do that here. Make sense? I had to figure out how to put it together. My version of table tie is basically what I created it out of my table practice at the chiropractor's office, where they forced me to figure out how to sell Thai massage by not calling it Thai. Because if I called it Thai, they didn't want it. They're like, I want a massage. What is this? Make sense? So we covered upper back and neck. We covered low back, hips, a little bit of gluteals. What are you guys thinking?
Arms.
Arms. How did I know that? What about arms?
Arms and legs.
Arms and legs. So what do we have? More votes for hands and arms? Arms and hands. Okay.
So much better when
Who has problems with their hands or arms? You do? No. Actually, I want to demo on you. Because you have like medical stuff, right?
Bad stuff.
Lay down on your back for me.